I'm Lilly Rockwell from the Austin American-Statesman and 512 Tech, and I'm here with Gary Dinges and Lori Hawkins. And we're going to talk about our experience this week, it was actually last week, writing a bunch of ride-hailing apps for our test. We had 6 reporters using 6 different apps. We left the Statesman at the exact same time, and we just wanted to see how they performed under the same conditions. So I'll start with Lori. So which app did you use?
I used Fair.
Okay.
And I've used almost all of the other rideshare apps in Austin, except Fair. So I was using it for the first time, had to download it. That process didn't go that well. But actually,
you had an ordeal.
I know. I did.
So tell us a little bit about what was so rocky in the beginning when you first tried to hail your ride.
So I finally got the app downloaded with my credit card and figured out how to take a picture of myself, which was a new feature I hadn't seen in the other apps. And hailed my ride at the same time we all did. We all started at the same time. And there was just I immediately got a response, but we just couldn't connect on where I was. He ended up at Embassy Suites across from South Congress.
So we should add that this Statesman is notoriously difficult, I will say, for ride-hailing
drivers. It wouldn't be the first time, and it won't be the last time that someone got lost trying to find us here.
So GPS is a problem. To be fair. But from there, I couldn't figure out how to get him across the street. So he ended up going, when we were communicating by phone, which made it a little easier than trying to text. But he was up on Cesar Chavez. He ended up at the Catherine, over by,
not
Barton
anywhere near the
Springs.
Statesman.
And after about 15 minutes of going back and forth, we just finally both agreed we were never going to find each other and we should just cancel the ride.
And
an amicable breakup.
Yeah, it was. We both went our separate ways and wished each other well.
And meanwhile, the rest of us were already in our cars, headed to Kirby Lane, eating queso, waiting on Lori.
Like, where's Lori? Where's Lori?
I tried again, and this time got a quick response, and my driver, John, was great. I explained to him, I called him to make sure, and so we talked too, which really makes it a lot easier to me. And he said he was on his way, he was downtown, would be there in a few minutes, knew exactly where to go, picked me up, and it was fantastic. He's a state worker, he drives during his lunch hour.
I think that's the craziest thing. That kind of shows like the different lifestyles these people come from. You have some people who do it full time, and then you have some people who just want to supplement their income. This is a guy who does it an hour a day, like 12 to 1.
Yeah, exactly, and he also does some airport rides before work. And makes some extra money.
So Gary, tell us about your experience. So you used Wings. Tell me what happened.
Well, Wings is a little different. If you are familiar with the service, you have to book it in advance, 1 to 2 hours in advance minimum. I booked mine a day in advance, just wanted to make sure everything went okay. You know, like Lori, I use these services a lot. This is not one that I had used because a lot of times with ride sharing, and ride hailing apps, you want to go right now. It's an impulse kind of thing, and you're not thinking, what am I going to be doing in an hour or two? So Wings kind of is more geared towards that airport, concert, doctor's appointment, whatever crowd where you have something scheduled. So the experience was flawless, though. We ranked all of them on a scale of 1 to 10, and I gave them a 10, which turned out to be the highest rating any of the apps got. The guy got here early. The driver's name was BJ. He was super nice. He had a brand new car, took me there. I got there way before anybody else.
And you were a little late getting to him, and he didn't seem to care at all, right?
No, he got here early, and I was in the middle of something. And a lot of times the drivers will freak out if you take too long to get down to them, because that time's money to them. It's fair. He didn't say a single thing. He was very, very nice. He had the car ready, had leather seats inside. It almost felt like I was in a private town car or something. I really would be able to do that every day for the rest of my life. I would be very happy.
Wow, you had...
and we got to expense it.
And it was a little more expensive.
Yeah, it was the most expensive, to be fair, out of all of that 6 apps that we tested. We went from the Statesman building, which of course is on the south shore of Lady Bird Lake, to the South Lamar Kirby Lane. The thing that is good is it tells you in the app how much your ride's going to be before you even get picked up.
That's really helpful.
So you know that going in what you're going to pay, and if you're not happy with that, then cancel it. But yeah, I paid $15 plus a tip each way to get from the Statesman to Kirby, which was a few bucks more. Probably anywhere from like
about 12.
$3 to $5 more than the other ones. Would you say?
Yeah, it was definitely about $3 to $5 more.
But totally worth it in my opinion.
So Lily, what was your experience?
Well, compared to Gary and Lori's story, mine was pretty boring. You know, it worked great. They got there within 10 minutes. It cost, actually, I used Fasten, and Fasten was the least expensive out of all the 6 apps that we tried. And if you want to learn more, you should go to 512tech.com. That's where you'll find, summaries of how each of our rides went. We even have a chart where we show you, what each ride cost, exactly how long it took for the car to get there, etc. Thanks for tuning in.
See ya.
Thanks.